R&B Divas LA and LA Hair. Yes, it is all about LA, and yes, there was shade. Hey guys, what's up? It is your girl Lock Looney Tune, and let's just get into this R&B Divas LA and then on to the season finale of LA Hair. Yeah. So, you know, R&B Divas LA, they start and they sitting at the round table again talking about the whole Puerto Rico project and people not getting along, and it was just like, Leela James was just like, you know what, if it's gonna be this much static between everybody, then let's just not do it at all. You know what I'm saying? And I feel the same way. If y'all just gonna continue to keep fussing about old shit, just let's not do it. So Shantae Moore starts to express her side of the situation, and it's all about, she's like, oh, it's just about business, it's not about friendship. And you know, folks was kind of offended by that, because at first it seems like it was a friendly type situation, but then she's like, nah, this ain't got nothing to do with friendship, this got to do with business. And I feel personally, if it was all about business, then you should have, you know, been straight with them about your project as far as the whole single or track that you wanted them to be on. That was a business situation that they wanted to conduct as a business situation, but you wanted to be quote unquote friendly. So how come when it's dealing with you, Shantae Moore, that it's all about being friendly? I mean, it's a friendly type situation, but when y'all working on somebody else's project, like the Puerto Rico project, then it's quote unquote it's business, it's not about being friends. That's all I'm saying about that one. Then the girls, they go over to Claudette's house and they actually start getting to the nitty gritty of working on this Puerto Rico project, which I am so happy to see. Like, I was happy just like Leela James was. Like, she was like, finally, man, we making music. And I was just like, thank you, God, because I was sick and tired of seeing them fight over the Divalogs and sick and seeing them fight over Shantae Moore's track. And I'm like, ain't the whole object of this whole season the Puerto Rico project? And we are already how many episodes in it, and y'all really haven't done anything? Chrisette Michelle's boyfriend came, whatever his name was, he came in there, you know, he's a guitarist and a producer, and he came in there and he, you know, was singing, and they was all grooving and they was moving and singing their little background parts, and they was all meshing and it was sounding real good. And then Michelle Lay had to leave. It was like she was gone before she was there long enough, and I was like, damn. Oh well, okay, she has to go pick up her kid. I get it. Now, it's weird to me that Chrisette Michelle kind of threw her boyfriend into the mix without saying anything to anybody about, like, he was just like thrown into the mixture of everything. It was like, okay, this is my boyfriend. How do you guys feel about him, you know, working on the project and producing? And so Lil Mo was like, whoa, since you're the only one here, you know, that means you get a piece of the publishing too, right? So Lil Mo is definitely about her cash money. You know, if this guy's gonna get a piece of the pie, we need to know what's up, you know, and everybody needs to come to an agreement on it. So everybody, you know, she was like, well, does everybody agree? You know, it's okay for Justin to know. That's the name, Justin. So she says everybody, you know, in agreement that Justin should work on a project with us. So everybody's like, yeah. And everybody except Lil Mo, she was getting ready to say something, and then Shantae Moore cut her off, was like, and I was like, damn, really? Did you just like hush her up and tell her not to say anything? I'm like, it's kind of like disrespectful. It was really kind of rude. I was like, damn, you know, I mean, really? So Leela James and Shantae Moore, they meet up somewhere, you know, to have a conversation about the track, I'm guessing, you know, the I Know Right track. And it was kind of weird. It was a weird conversation that they was having, because on one hand, Shantae Moore was trying to tell Leela James, oh, well, you can trust, you know, the whole situation, that the track is going to sound good and blah, 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 blah. But Leela James was like, nah, the way I do business, I need to hear the track. You know, I need to hear the final product before I can sign off, put my John Hancock on anything yeah, I need to hear that. And Shantae Moore just kept coming at her like, no, well, you can trust me, and you know, I've been in the business and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm getting so tired of hearing, okay, so you have been in the business this long. We already know that. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows how long you have been in the business and that you're an expert and blah blah blah. But you can't just walk over people's right to know things. She wants to know what the product is going to be at the end. At the end of the day, you know, people's voices on stuff. So if people's voices on things, then you need to let them hear it. Oh, you can't just have people just signing off and saying, yeah, it's okay to use my name. I mean, use my voice on a track, and then when they hear the track, it might sound like some shit, and then it's really nothing that they can do about it because they've already signed off on it. It's like you don't buy a car sight unseen. You don't buy a house sight unseen, and you don't sign off on a track on a song that somebody else is doing with your voice on it sight unseen, or ears unheard, or whatever the hell, you know. You just don't do that. So the ladies meet up, everybody except Shantae Moore, they meet up at this little restaurant and they're having a conversation. And the conversation, it seems to be about guys, older guys. And then Michelle A brings up the fact that she dated a 64-year-old man, a 64-year-old Caucasian man. And everybody's like, wow, really? And she's just like, he was this and he was that. And Lil Mo's like, that's an old man. Like, how you gonna date an old man? She like, he wasn't old, he was 64. Now, I don't know. This is me. This is me. And this is just me. This is my opinion. And I don't know how old Michelle A is. I'm pretty sure she may be in her like 30s, early 40s or something like that. I'm just assuming she was around my age or something like that. But yeah, I ain't dating no 64-year-old man. You a year before Social Security. I do believe that you are old. That's just how I feel about the situation. But, you know, I would call you old, you know, and Lil Mo is calling the man old. And I mean, hey, it is what it is though. If that's what floats your boat and that's what you want to date, then go ahead and date that. But Lil Bo is like, nah, I'm not dating no old man that look like he got worms and all this other stuff. And I was just on the floor rolling like, oh my God. So Michelle A said that she would not date a man under 50, you know, at this point in her life. She wants somebody new. She wants somebody different. She wants to date a type of person that she's never dated before. So Lil Mo agrees to set her up with a matchmaker. And then they go see this matchmaker, right? Go see the matchmaker. The matchmaker agrees with Michelle A that she doesn't see a younger guy or her being a cougar. She doesn't see her as being that type of person. She sees her dating an older man. So they, you know, they get the hook up and shit like that. And I'm just like, whoa, this is what she into. This is what she into. You know, they hook Michelle A up, you know, with this older guy. And man, let me tell you, when I see this guy, when they actually hook up, right, the guy is a white guy. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he looked like he could be about 60. I'm just looking at the guy from the way I saw it and my perception. He looked like he could go for about 60. Yeah, he was something to look at. And I saw it. I was just like, he looked like one of them guys. I was on Twitter. And one of the people said it and they hit it dead on the head. They was like, he looked like one of the guys from To Catch a Predator. And no lie, he looked like a stalker, a crazed pervert. That's just what he looked like. I'm saying he might not have been that guy. Because he said that when him and Michelle A hooked up, he told her that he had Googled her and researched her before, you know, they went out and everything. So Michelle A was like, damn, he researched me. He might not even want to holler at me now. He might not, you know, he might know all about my business. But then he started looking into her charity work and stuff like that. But he still, I don't care, he still freaked me out. He was a little freakish or just a little weird for my taste. I'm just saying. But let me backtrack a minute back to that conversation that they was having in the restaurant. Oh my God. Like, it went from old guys dating old guys to talking about orgies and all kinds of stuff of a sexual nature. And I was just like, damn. And I mean, yeah. And then Lil Mo hit it. She said, yeah, you learn a lot about people when you look it up. And you know, she had said she had been with a woman before, and it was like, she said it's not like something that she would do now or anything like that. And I'm just like, okay. What's really funny about it is that if a girl is with another girl just once, you know, just once or whatever, or it was an experience, then she's not considered a quote unquote gay person. Like, nobody, I don't think people would say, well, she's just a straight woman that's been with a girl. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that way. And then, but if it was a guy, and a straight guy, and he said, I've been with a man before, you automatically, most men would be automatically branded as gay. It's like the point of no return. If you are a guy and you've had an experience with a straight guy, another straight guy, a sexual experience with another straight guy, and then you're like, okay, that was just one time thing, and then I go back, you know, to dating women, you're not considered, like, you can't say, well, you know, I'm not gay or anything. People will say, you know, dude, if you did that once, then you're just gay, period. It is such a double standard, but you know how it goes. So while they're sitting at the table, Leela James happens to say, she's like, I didn't know I was sitting at the table with a bunch of freakazoids. And so I guess Chris and Michelle got a little offended by what she said. She was like, I'm not a freak, you know, this, that, and the other. And then Lil Mo was like, I'm not a freak, I just know what I like. And it was like a little tense that way, because I mean, I understand it. She was like, first we, you know, talking about old guys, and then next thing you know, we talking about orgies. And I kinda understand what she's saying. I would have felt uncomfortable in this situation too. I don't think everybody is not as free-spirited to talk about things like that in a public setting or with other people. You know, it's just not cool for everybody. So then they go back to Claudette's house, where it's just Claudette and Leela James, and then they're there and then trying to work on the song, and then they get a phone call from Caesar, and Caesar says that they need another song, like an extra song. Like it just seems like it's just more and more bullshit with this. You know, you agree to do something, and then people want to pile on more shit and more, you know, work. They really don't get that it take a minute, you know what I'm saying, to come up with a song. You want somebody to write an original song, and then they have to write two songs within the same time frame. I'm like, you have to get it together. So then Chrisette Michelle, she's sitting at the table with her boyfriend, and they're at dinner and they're having a discussion. And she feels some kind of way about, you know, him being involved in the project. My thing is, why say this now? Why say this to him now? You should have said this way before. You knew what type of people that you was dealing with. You knew what type of folks you was dealing with, and you got him involved in this, and now you're thinking about pulling him out of the project because you know what type of women they are. And they can be ruthless. I mean, these group of ladies, well, the truth is, you put any group of women together and we could be ruthless, but still, you put him in this situation, and now because he's close to you, it's someone that you love, it's someone that you care about, is in this situation. Now, you know, it could affect y'all relationship, but you should have thought about that first. That's probably the first mistake that I've seen her do since I've been watching this season. Don't get your man involved in this mess right here. Don't even do it, because I don't think it could be a problem for real. So then we see Claudette, and she's trying to break it to the girls that Caesar wants, bring it to the rest of the girls that Caesar wants an extra song done. So when she tells them this, boom, out the gate, you know, Shantae Moore is just like, well, we need this, and we're gonna have to tell them this, and we have to do this in a time frame because this is the business sense. And I was just like, that is some fucked up bullshit, because I was just sitting there like, how the hell, why wasn't you like that? Why didn't you behave that way when you asked the girls to sing background, and should have told them that they were singing background on your project? That just kind of pissed me off. I just sit there and was like, I can't believe it. How you gonna go? I mean, because seriously, business is business. and friendship is friendship. But that, I mean, you seriously did, you jumped into serious business mode, and it was just like, what the hell? But I do understand. Yes, y'all gonna need all those things if he wants another song. Those are requirements, and that is the business side of this whole thing. So whenever you guys are singers, you guys are professionals, so whenever you do this, yeah, no matter who you're doing it for, it should always be about business. It should always be about making the music. And I do agree with Leela James. When it's about music and your ass got to get into the damn studio, it's about business. These people are artists, so you have to respect, you know, what they want. So the craziest part of the show is when Lil Mo told the girls that she was going to throw them a sex toy party. I was like, oh shit. Everybody was cool with it except Chrisette Michele, and I don't blame her really. You know, I would have been kind of uncomfortable with it. You know, I mean, it's a situation. You really, you know, sometimes you don't want to go to those type of parties with certain people that you just recently met. I mean, these are not like ladies that they've known. These are not women that she has known for a very long period of time. I'm not going to no thing with some ladies that I just recently met. Yet she's like, she was a team player just like Leela James was, and she actually did go to the party, and it was interesting. And you know, it's pretty much what sex parties are all about. They were showing the little things. Yes, it was interesting. There was some yeah, some apparatuses and some toys and some little things and some dangly things, and it was, woo, it was something. Best part of it, best part of the party was when the instructor or the person giving the party, she actually had this thing, this little apparatus thing that you tie around your ankles. You put around your ankles, and she put it on Michelle Lay's ankles, and then she got inside and showed her exactly how it worked. So she had Michelle Lay like tilted backwards and laying down, and Michelle Lay was like, ooh, I like that. Yeah, I'm taking that. I'm gonna buy that one. So next we meet up with the ladies, and they're in the studio to listen to the rough cut of, you know, I Know Right, you know, the track that Shantae Moore wanted them to be on and everything. So they're there to listen to the track. So they listened to the track, and I heard it, and it sounded really nice. I liked it. They said that they liked it, but before, you know, like Leela James was like, oh, I like this track. Like, basically, it was funny because she was like, I like this track, so please don't. I mean, it's just like I could like see what was going on in her head. It was like, okay, yeah, I like this track, but don't go in and change things or mix things up or do something different and then cut it and then don't share it with us. I could see that was something that was going on in her head, you know. I was like, I see that in your head. I see that. You know, everybody was like, okay, I'm good with that. And then Lil Mo, she definitely had something on her mind that she wanted to tell, you know, Shantae Moore. And it just went from one moment to the next. And I was like, what the hell? Because it went from being upset about the being in the studio, and then it went somewhere else. It was about, and then it turned into a Twitter fight in person. That's how I saw it, because it ended up being about social media, because Shantae Moore was mad about Lil Mo taking a picture with her ex-husband and posting on Twitter saying he's a good guy, and then Lil Mo was mad about something that happened on social media. Yo, it's social media. Fuck that shit. It is social media. How you gonna get mad, you know? How you gonna get mad about something that somebody posts on Twitter? Damn, if it don't apply, let that shit fly. Period. 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 It went from here to here. At first I thought it was going to be about the studio, and then I just was like, is they getting ready? And then they started talking, when they started talking about, you know, social media, I was just like, This could not be like a Twitter. And then she was just like, well, tell me what you want. And then Shantae was like, tell me what you want, you know, what you want me to say. I'll tweet it, I'll Instagram it. Like, why the fuck are we even talking about this? Like, I mean, seriously, these days, you know, social media has gotten people so upset, and it has destroyed a whole lot of relationships. I've seen social media, I've seen Twitter, I've seen YouTube destroy friendships. And that's no lie. I have seen YouTube, this platform, destroy friendships, relationships. I've seen Facebook destroy friendships, relationships. I've seen Twitter destroy friendships and destroy relationships. And guys, do not let that shit, you know, get to you. Meanwhile, you see Chrisette Michele and Leela James, they sitting on the sideline like, what the hell is going on here? And then Chrisette Michele, you know, she tries to step in and be the mediator, which she just looks like that type of person. Chrisette Michele was really doing her therapist thing and getting them to, you know, everybody came together and hugged, and next thing you know, everybody's crying, and I'm just sitting there in front of the TV like, oh, this is something else. This is sad. And I'm just looking, I'm like, oh my God, they're crying. And I'm like, these ladies need, you know, really to just squash all this shit. You know, yeah, cry it out, get it together, fix it, do whatever you guys need to do so y'all can get y'all asses in the studio and make some damn music and get on with the damn thing, you know. I mean, that's how I saw the whole episode. You know, move on, squash shit, squash beefs, and start making music. Alright?